Hello everyone. My name is Pareesa Joshi. I'm in ninth. I'm going to talk about the crucial topic, gender inequality and its relation to climate change. Gender and sex are those kinds of words which feel like they're synonyms, but they aren't. Sexes are the biological differences, whereas genders are the thoughts, opinions, and stereotypes we associate with the sexes. I don't want to burden you, so let's start small. Man and woman. They're different sexes and genders. However, they're at the same level, not inferior nor superior. I don't know if you have heard Emma Watson's He for She speech in the UN 2014, but I will include a snippet of its meaning. She says that feminism is a word that is assumed to be interconnected to man hating. That is not the truth. Feminism is just the sheer ambition for gender equality. She continues by saying that gender inequality is a male issue just as much as the females. From my experiences, not many people talk about the stereotypes men face every single day. I've seen some of my male friends not expressing their feelings just because it would make them less of men. I've seen boys getting pushed away from their interests towards girly stuff just because what will society think of me? She powerfully states that, and I quote, if men don't have to be aggressive in order to be accepted, women won't feel compelled to be submissive. If men don't have to control, women won't have to be controlled. Both men and women should feel free to be strong. Both men and women should feel free to be sensitive. It is time that we all perceive gender as a spectrum instead of two sets of opposing ideals. Education is extremely important for all of humanity. Emma Watson mentions the human rights for it and how everyone deserves a decent education. Still, UNESCO states that an average of 130 million girls between the age of 6 and 17 are out of school, and 15 million girls of primary school age will never enter a classroom. Stereotypes do play a big role in these cases, but in rural areas, schools are far, far away. Many parents worry about the safety of their girls while traveling and find it difficult to juggle their work and dropping their little girls to school. Education helps in climate action drastically. It empowers young minds and teaches us about awareness and about depleting resources. Education helps children to think wisely and understand the consequences of their actions. When we learn about global warming, think about climate change, and differentiate between biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances, it makes us pause and think again. Do I really need to throw this? Do I really need to take a cab? Should I go and buy a plant? Among those privileged women who do manage to get an education, then an occupation, here are some startling statistics. Male to female doctor ratio is approximately 64% to 36%. The ratio of men to women in the tech industry is 5:1. Women in space science only represent 20 to 22% of the workforce. In the music industry, women outnumber men in the profession, but the highest positions are occupied by mostly men. The same occurs in the fashion industry and in the beauty industry. If all the population who wants to work could do so, the economy across the world could change for the better. Undeveloped countries will increase their rate of development socially, then economically, and then politically, and have a better economy, society, occupation, and education. They will have more awareness about the sustainable development goals and climate change. They will have better economies which can invest in earth-friendly products. Let's assume that a woman does all the household chores and is one of the many responsible for throwing away 2 billion tons of household waste every year globally. This includes detergent and soaps, plates, old toys, etc. The woman is expected to handle these responsibilities, which she will not be able to manage without being made aware of the consequences. So ultimately, it's a cycle. Women and men are perceived as unequal, which causes the women to not be allowed education. This makes her unaware about the earth she stands upon, how its resources are depleting, and how its condition is deteriorating, and so on. Then, because of her not being educated, it becomes hard for her to build a career and is handed family responsibilities. This disturbing process gets passed on from generations to generation in the family, completing the vicious circle. Instead, with one slight change of perspective in our minds, she can get educated and have her hand in climate action. She can have a profession if she wants to, which will bring the country closer to economic development, making it easier for the nation to invest in eco-friendly products. And even if she doesn't want to work, she will be an educator for the people around her. Hence, the vicious circle will turn into a virtuous one. Inequalities cause the whole world to fall apart. It separates people and breaks unity. If that continues, the earth will fall apart too. Climate action is like democracy. Every vote counts. Every initiative counts. If we live in harmony and help each other, climate action will come as a natural consequence. I feel that inequality can be stopped with 3 words: peace, acceptance, and humanity. And I genuinely think that it is high time. Inequality has to stop. I have full faith in every one of us, 7.97 billion people, that someday, soon, it will. We just have to keep trying. Thank you.